So we go to assembly design. Okay, last week we've looked into top-down and bottom-up assembly. All right. So again, this is your assembly design workbench. You can see on your top right here. Okay, the icon of the assembly design. We have the navigation planes here. We have the what do you call this? The specification tree here. Okay, and also the axis. Right. So this is the product structure tool that we are going to use, and these are the constraint toolbars that we want to use. Okay, now before we start, all right, this is where I would like to show you. This is component, product, part. This is where we will use for top-down assembly, but normally what we use is basically in CAD system, other CAD software, also SolidWorks, okay, UG, Fusion, whatnot. They normally use existing components, right? So this is a bottom-up assembly. Right, so the first thing you need to do is click on this icon here, existing component, all right? And then you click at this product one, right? And then, okay, a file selection toolbar will come up. Okay, so choose where's your lower assembly, sorry, CAD models. Okay, right. So this is where when you have your drawing, all right, your assembly, you need to identify which part you would like to assemble first or make it as the base, right? So for this instance, I would like to use the lower housing, right? Okay, sorry for the background noise. My wife's working today, right? So I'm here at home, so my kids are downstairs. Right. So click on the lower housing. Okay, so I would like to first put this lower housing as the first part. Okay. So this is my lower housing. Right. So look at your specification tree here. All right. You can see lower housing is being inserted in the display workbench. Right. So this is the part. Okay, so you don't need to expand all this, just enough to expand to show this lower housing here. Right, I told you last week, I told you in the previous class, whereby you can somehow include everything at once. So this is what happens. If you include everything at once, okay, if you include everything at once, so all the parts will be inserted at once, and you will be having problems, okay, to sort things, right? So you see, these are 6 parts. Just imagine you have hundreds of parts, okay? So your parts will be clash with each other. Okay, there's no problem about this because in CATIA, like I've told you previously, if you have a plate, you don't have a hole, you still can make that shaft inserted into the plate here without the hole, right? So this is where we would like to assemble part by part. Okay, so that's why I'll delete all these parts again, right? And then I'll just include only the first part for the blower, that is the lower housing. Okay, you see the constraint here, constraint toolbar here. So I'll show you again, right? If you look at the constraints toolbar here, okay, constraint toolbars act as your glue, as your nails, as your bolt and nuts to assemble your parts and also your components. So you can see none of the constraints are activated yet. Because why? Because you don't have any parts yet. So when you put in the first part, can you look at, okay, among others, constraint 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and constraint here, these are other functions. Okay, only the fixed constraint is being activated. So please remember, the first part in CATIA, when you start to assemble, it must be fixed in the space, right? So what do? You click on this fixed component and then just simply click on the part here, or you can simply choose it from your product specificity, right? So when you click here, look what happens on your product specificity. There will be a constraint branch here, okay, showing that that's the first constraint that is fixed for this lower housing, and there's a symbol of the anchor on the part. Okay, so look at this part carefully. When I click here, okay, you can see automatically a constraint branch here is being added. So I expand this, you can see the first constraint there, fix. You can see it is fixed there, you have a lock there, and you can see on the part here in the middle here, you can see symbol of the anchor. Right now you can move this, right? But wherever you move, okay, CATIA will read that this lower housing is being constrained to this particular coordinate here, right? Okay, I hope you can get it. Is it too fast? Okay, is it too fast? I think everyone can get the idea. All right. So we have a third toolbar, that is the manipulation. Where is it? Okay, this one. Okay, this is the third toolbar that we will use. Okay, so previous class, we've looked into the first thing. We need to model the parts, insert the parts, move it, and then we put in the constraint. Right. So this is where move option, okay, with manipulation, snap, explode, and also stop, manipulate upon clash, okay, is being used. Right. So what we are going to insert on the second one is basically the second part. So same existing component. Okay, the second one I would like to include a blower. All right. So this is what happens. Okay, is everyone following me?
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So the second one, so this is what happens when you include the second part. Why does this happen? This is where when you draw the parts and components, okay, where did you start to draw your part design? Okay, which plane did you choose? Okay, basically affects how does it being inserted in assembly design. Okay, either this one, or this one, all right? Okay. So now it's like this. So what do you need to do? We need to orient it first. Okay, we need to orient it first. Why do you want to orient it? Because it is much easier for us to select which surface is being connected to which surface and whatnot. Okay, so you can see now the constraint toolbars. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, all these 6 or all these 5, right? The main 5 constraints are now being highlighted. Okay, so we have this manipulation toolbar here, right? So when you click on the manipulation toolbar, okay, there's a manipulation control box that shows you where you would like to manipulate or orient your part, right? So if you look at this X, so you click on this, so it'll move only in the X direction here. Okay, how about Y? Okay, so Y direction is on this direction. Okay, Z direction is on the top direction, right? And then let's say you want to rotate it based on the X-axis, right? So it will be something like this, okay? Or you would like to rotate it based on the Y-axis, okay? So it will be like this, okay? Or you would like to rotate it based on the X-axis, it will be something like this, okay? Okay, so same as this thing, okay, we want to move it on the XY plane, or the ZX plane, ZY plane, or on the XZ plane, okay? Right. So first thing, we need to orient this so that it somehow um, reflects how the blower is going to be inserted into the lower housing. Right. So I would like to, the first thing what I did is, I'll show you from this one. So first thing what I did is take this thing out, okay, based on the y direction, is it? Okay, y direction, right? And then I would like to rotate this based on the x plane, okay, all right, something like this. Okay, maybe bring it out a bit, okay, and then somehow bring it much more closer, something like this. Right, so you can see I'm doing this based on the X, Y, and Z axis. So sometimes when you have multiple parts, hundreds of parts, okay, tens of parts. So using this is quite, what do you call it? Quite difficult, because you need to know where is X, Y, and Z. Okay, the rotation X, Y, rotation X, and also rotation Z. All right. So what I normally suggest students to use is that, okay, we don't use this. What do we use? We use this. Okay, the navigation pane here. Right. So you can see when I click on this bottom red dot here. Okay. Right, I can click on the left click, okay, I can move it to wherever I want. Right, don't release your mouse, okay, keep on pressing it so you can move your navigation pane here. If you release it, it will go back to its original position. Okay, I'll be sorting this here. Right. So this is much more easier, whereby you just click this, put it on your part, anywhere on your part. So if you want to move the blower, okay, make sure the blower here is being highlighted. If you want to move the low housing, okay, low housing is being highlighted in the product specificity. Okay, either one. So let's say I want to move the blower. So I want to move it in this direction. So just pull this on the navigation pane. I have to rotate this here, and then I'll bring it much more lower, something like this. Right, see, much more easier. Right, and then what you do after you've used it, just throw it back again, so we'll go back to its original position. Now, okay, when we have this, okay, you can look, we have the first constraint here, okay, so this one doesn't move, so the blower must move towards the lower housing, right? So this is where we'd like to choose, okay, between 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, main constraint icons that is suitable for you to attach or combine, sorry, to the two parts. Okay, so when we look at this, okay, so we have this coincidence constraint, we have the contact constraint, offset constraint, and also angle constraint. So coincident constraint is where you can see we have a shaft and then we have a sleeve bearing here. So coincident constraint is where we have a part, component, or a feature that has a center line. Okay, a part or feature that has a center line. Okay, so mostly those parts or components that have a center line or an axis in the middle is basically a round shape part or component, right? So first you click add the coincident constraint, okay, just switch this off, and then when you bring the cursor to the rounded shape or profile on your parts, you can see there's an axis being created, right? See, the one in the middle here, okay, this one, okay, anywhere that is round, okay, this one, or this one, okay, you can see that, okay. Wait, I need to bring my daughter down.